روزای سخت نبودن با تو، خلأ امید و تجربه کردم. داغ دلم که بی تو تازه می شد، هم نفسم شد سایه سردم. تو رو می دیدم از اون ور ابرا، که میخوای سری از من رد شی. آسمونو بی تو خط خطی کردم. چجوری میتونی انقدر بد شی؟ چجوری میتونی انقدر بد شی؟ این سکوت قلب تو بشکن و برگرد، نذاری فاصله بیشتر از این شه. نمیخوام مثل گذشته که رفتی دوباره آخر قصه همین شه. سکوت قلب تو بشکن و برگرد، نذاری فاصله بیشتر از این شه. نمیخوام مثل گذشته که رفتی دوباره آخر قصه همین شه. سلام، من معلم فارسی شما هستم علیرضا و امروز هم میخوایم بقیه کتابمون رو پیش بریم. Hello, I'm your Persian teacher Alireza, and today we are going to continue with our book. Yes. So, okay, let's review what we have learned in the last part. In the last part, we did lesson 8 and 9. In lesson 8, we learned about ye, or the lesson darya, which contained the words darya, qayiq, yek و چای. دریا آرام است means the sea is calm. یک قایق روی دریا است. A boat is on the sea. من دریای آبی را دوست دارم. I like the blue sea, which we also talked about all of this. Then we had اردک, ارداک, مادر بزرگ, grandmother, اتاق, room, اردک, dark, like I said. شب است, it is night time. Like I said, you don't need to say night time, you just say شب است and it means night time. مادر بزرگ داستان میگوید. The grandmother says the story, tells the story. او داستان جوجه اردک زشت را میگوید. She says the story of the ugly duckling. And that's it. And we have learned the vowel O. O. Then we have learned about لک and different kinds of birds like کبوتر, اردک, گنجش, لک, کندو و کپک, which isn't really that important unless you're going into biology in Iran and you need to know every bird names, which I guess not really. You're gonna use English anyway, so useless. ورزش. Now this one was important if you're into sports. You might need to know some of them. Now ورزشکار is a sportsman. داور means referee. سوارکار means jogger or horseman. دونده means runner. And وزنه‌بردار means weightlifter. شادی با ورزش and everything like that. We learned a few basic words. Nothing really too important to talk about much. Not many grammar points. So let's just get right into lesson 10. Parvaz. Parvaz means flying. Okay, now let's get to the words. Before that, let's see what is the syllable in this lesson. The syllable is pe. Pe. Pe is like be, but it has two more dots. And it sounds like P, which is not B, you know. Be was like B and P is like P. And just like how B and P are really similar, Be and P are also really similar. It's really easy. Nothing really complicated about that. It is just P. That's all. Let's get to the words. The first word is par. Par. Par was feather, if you remember. We have seen it before. Next one is parastu. 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 Parastu is a bird, which in English would be swallow. And as you can see, it also has par inside of it. Parvane also has par inside it. Parvane is butterfly. Parvane پروانه پروانه. Think of it as everything that can flies sometimes or most of the time has the par inside the word. Like parastu and parvane, they have par inside of them. Not all the time, like lak or ordak. They also, I mean, ordak can't fly, ducks can't fly, but laks can, you know. But they don't have par in their name. So most of the birds have it, but not all of them. So that was for these row, and let's get to the second row. هواپیما هواپیما هواپیما. Now هواپیما is actually two words, like actually two words. I know I separate words into two parts that don't make sense, but this one does. Hava is air. Hava is air. And پیما comes from پیمایش or going towards or moving. So هواپیما means something that goes through air, something that پیمایش میکند داخل هوا. It moves in the air. So it is هواپیما, airplane. You see, you guys say airplane, we say هواپیما. Instead of plane, we say پیما. It's also similar to the English word airplane. Okay, so هواپیما, airplane. That was for هواپیما. Now then we have پا. پا. Like pa. Pa is feet or foot. It means foot. The whole foot. So like paw. It all means foot. Every part of it is foot. Now, of course, different parts have different names, but as a whole, we say this is our foot now. My foot isn't going to fit in the camera. Sorry, but show you, but you get the idea. Now, here we have توپ. Toop. Remember toop? Yeah, we had toop. Like I said, every time someone wants to say they are really good, they might say توپم توپم. منم الان خیلی توپم. میخوام به شما قشنگ درس بدم. توپ بتره کنی. عالی. Okay. Let's go. Now toop means ball. Now let's get to the sentences. پرستو پر. پروانه پر. پرنده پر پرنده. Now what was this? پرستو پر پروانه پر پرنده پر. This is like a game that parents play with their children to teach them what does fly and what does not. It's kind of silly and childish, but it's really funny. And we do it as a joke too. So what if he's... So now in this sentence is saying پرستو پر. It means the پرستو flew away. پر زد رفت. We just say پر. پروانه پر. پرنده پر. The way that this game works is that we name different animals, mostly birds, of course, and whomever that can fly, we name and say par, like the birds that are named in here. They all can fly, so we say par. But for instance, if we say an animal that cannot fly, like pig, right, we would say خوک که پر نداره خودش خبر نداره. مثلا بچهه, مثلا like the kid would say پر, but we would say no. خوک doesn't have any feather, it cannot fly away. پر نداره خودش خبر نداره, it doesn't know itself. It's kind of like that. So it's a silly game that every animal that we name that has wings and can fly away, we say پر. And everyone that can't, the child shouldn't raise its hand and say par. If it does, the kid loses, and we would say, for مثال, مثلا خوک پر نداره خودش خبر نداره, something like that. And we laugh and all that. It's really, really childish. Like for less than 4, 5, or 6, you don't want to play this game with first grader. That's too old for this game. Okay, but it's funny. It's really funny, and you guys, since you know less Persian than a 30-year-old, then maybe this game is suited for you. Go in clubs that people are learning Persian and play this game. See who doesn't know which animal can't fly. This is a good test. Play like children, right? That's how we learn language. Now we have parande. Well, it doesn't really mean anything. We just feather, and bird. Parande. Parande is bird. I don't know if I said it or not, but parande is bird. In this lesson we have jangal. Jangal. This lesson's syllable is ge. 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 Now in English, you guys don't have an actual ge, but you guys have ge, like Lady Gaga, right? And it comes from G. G. So G sometimes sounds like ge, like grand, or Lady Gaga, grand, like I said, all this. So G is the closest thing to ge. Now, jangal is forest. Jangal, forest. Gork is wolf. Gork is wolf. Gavazn was, do you remember? It was deer. Gavazn. So we have wolf, deer, and the forest. Here. Let's get to the sentences now. جنگل بزرگ است. جنگل بزرگ است. Now, جنگل is forest. است was is. So now, what is بزرگ? Remember مادر بزرگ, which meant grandmother? بزرگ is grand. It means huge or big. پس جنگل بزرگ است. The forest is big. The forest is big. جنگل بزرگ است. Next sentence. جنگل زیبا و سرسبز است. 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 Normally I wouldn't say جنگل زیبا و سرسبز. I would say جنگل زیبا و سرسبز هست. Like in Spanish, the and is Y, I guess, right? And you don't say yeun. You would say yun, like un niño. You wouldn't say Y un niño. You say yun. You add the Y to the un. And we kind of do this here too. We don't pronounce it as V or V. We pronounce it as O. We would say جنگل زیبا و سرسبز است. We wouldn't say جنگل زیبا و سرسبز است, because it's harder to say. So we say O, not va. It's not wrong to say va, but it is easier to say O, and people all say O. So why not sound natural when you can, right? Now next we have گرگ و گوزن در جنگل زندگی می کنند. Now this is a long one. گرگ و گوزن. گرگ و گوزن. I guess you easily can identify what this means. گرگ و گوزن, the wolf and the deer. در جنگل, this is also easy, you know both of them. در means in, جنگل is forest. So گرگ و گوزن در جنگل, the wolf and the deer in jungle. زندگی می کند. Now here is the part you do not know. زندگی می کند. زندگی means life, but زندگی می کنند means living. زندگی by itself means life, but می کنند, which means doing, when you're doing life, you're living life, right? So زندگی می کنند. This whole sentence would then turn out to be wolf and the deer live in the jungle. live in the jungle. Wolf and the deer live in the jungle. گرگ و گوزن در جنگل زندگی میکنند. زندگی life میکنند با زندگی. زندگی میکنند would be living. میکنند is doing. Write that down. Now. Good boy. Or girl. I don't know. I don't think girls would watch this, but who am I? I'm not sexist. Maybe there are. Or non-binaries. I don't know. We don't really have those in Iran. So let's get to lesson 11. 11. درس 11. 11. روز برفی. روز برفی. This lesson's syllable is f. F. F like if. Like fudge. Fudge. Yes, like fudge. F. F. So let's get to the words. Keef. 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 Keef is back. Keef is back. Back. But more like a suits case or something like that. We call those keef. But bag as whole, we have different kind of bags, different kind of keefs. There is a whole bunch of different varieties. But keef generally would mean something that you put things in it, like a bag. So the definition is a bag. Honestly, it's hard to explain languages sometimes. Because we don't know what we are exactly talking about. It's hard to really identify and say. I might be wrong on some of them. But the point is learning the core of it. The details can wait till you are more of a master in the language. For now, even if you're missing a few things, it's all right. We are all missing a few things in our life. That is normal. If you have everything, that is not normal. Trust me. So now, after kif we have آدم برفی. آدم برفی. آدم برفی داریم. آدم برفی. What is آدم برفی? آدم یا آدم is human. Human. And برف. برف is a snow. A snow. A snow. برف is a snow. And آدم برفی is a snowman. A snowman. آدم برفی. Do you wanna build a snowman? Yeah. میخوای آدم برفی بسازی؟ نه داداش من کار دارم. Something like that. Yeah. Find a cringer teacher than me. I'll give you a prize. Moving on. Kafsh. Kafsh. I guess I talked about it before. Kafsh is boots. These guys. These guys are kafsh. 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 Yeah. So we have barf mibarat. Do you remember باران میبارد or میبارد as whole meant raining or coming down. So barf میبارد. It is raining a snow or it is snowing. Next we have آسمان آفتابی نیست. آسمان is the sky. آسمان sky. آفتابی is sunny. آفتاب is sunlight and آفتابی is sunny. When there is no sunlight coming out of the sky or the sky isn't sunny, we say آسمان آفتابی نیست. نیست is the opposite of است. است نیست. They are the opposite. نیست. Na. Na means no in Persian. So most of the things that we just put a na before it are probably negative. نکردم. نمی کنم. نمی خورم. نیست. نخواستم. به تو ربطی نداره. نه. Is negative. So if you want to say the sky is sunny, we would say آسمان آفتابیه. آسمان آفتابی هست. But if we want to say the sky is not sunny, we would say آسمون آفتابی نیست. آسمون آفتابیه؟ آسمون آفتابی نیست. آفتاب میبینی اینجا؟ کوری؟ Sorry. The lack of sunlight really got to me. Anyways. فرزانه و فرشته آدم برفی درست می کنند. Now, first of all, فرزانه and فرشته are names. Of course, they have meanings, but we don't care. Who cares? We only care that they are names, but the reason that the book mentioned these names because they start or contain the syllable fe. Just because they wanted to use more words that have fe, they just put فرزانه and فرشته. Okay? That's all. So these are two names. فرزانه و فرشته. آدم برفی درست میکنن. Now, آدم برفی was a snowman. And درست میکنند means building or making. درست means correct and میکنن was doing. So they are doing something correctly, which means they are building something. And what they are doing something or what they are making is an snowman. فرزانه و فرشته آدم برفی درست میکنن. Anyways, so the sentence says فرزانه and فرشته are making or building a snowman. Snowman. Oh, man. Okay. Let's get to the next sentence. آدم برفی میگوید کاش من هم کیف و کفش داشتم. کاش من هم کیف و کفش داشتم و به مدرسه میرفتم. کاش. Now, this sentence says آدم برفی or the snowman says. Okay, میگوید means says. Okay, میگوید says. So the snowman says دو نقطه or double dots. کاش من هم. It says I wish I also. کاش means I wished or I wished it was this way or that way. It doesn't exactly means I wished. That would be آرزو می بود. آرزو کردن. آرزو would be wish. But کاش means as I wished or I wanted the things to be the way, the following of the sentence, whatever that comes after kash. Okay, so kash means wished. I wished. Mostly it is self-oriented. You would say I wished. Okay, kash. کاش این گونه می شده آن گونه می شده. کاش من هم. I wish I also. هم means also. Man was I. هم is also. کیف و کفش داشتم. کیف is bag and کفش is boots. داشتم, if you remember, we learned it before, means I have. But in this case, it is saying I wish. We are saying wish I had. Okay, in English, the translation would be different. In Persian, we don't change it. We also say I have. But in English, it would be I wish I had. Now, the rest is داشتم و به مدرسه میرفتم. مدرسه, if you remember, that we said 10 times right now. Now, مدرسه is a school, as we have said like 100 times till now. به is towards. I guess I said that too before, but if I didn't, به is towards. So till now we have towards a school. Now میرفتم یا رفتن means going. Going. Remember اومدن, which means coming. Going is رفتن. Now here it says میرفتم, as in the future. میرفتم. So as a whole, it is saying The snowman says, I wished I had a bag and shoes, and I would go to the school. But trust me, dude, you do not wish that. Nobody wished that. I know so many kids that go to a school that wish they were a snowman instead of going to the school with shoes and bags or whatever the school or the goddamn system is. It's more like a torture house than an education system. Now we have deracht. Deracht. We said deracht before. Deracht is tree. Tree. No, I'm kidding. It's tree. Tree, not tree. So deracht, tree. Now this lesson's syllable is Kh. I know most of you guys that are watching this will not be able to say kh. That is why we are gonna go through how to pronounce this, because it is important. We use this kh a lot. Kh. Aval said you have to make the sound from here. It's like you're rupturing your throat. Like a cat. You have to be able to make this noise in your throat. You have to put. It's like you're trying to spit out. It's better to teach it in a disgusting way than for you to not be able to say khe. Okay? It's a matter of life or death. So, with me again. Khe. You have to make that really sound really stand out and become For a long time, Persian people use khe as their laughing emoji. Like you guys say lol, or Japanese people say vara, or anything like that. We say khe, but we don't use it anymore. But for a long time, we did. We say right now, we just use hey. Like it was like hey. That's what you sound. I feel like it was like پاوره شدم آجی. Good taste. Now that I have ruptured my throat, let's get to the words. Malach is grasshopper. Malach, grasshopper. Khargoosh. Remember Khargoosh? I even made a short video about it. Khargoosh. Its ears are so big, it has Khargoosh. Actually, someone from India commented on my short and said that also in Indian, they call it something like Khargoosh. I don't remember exactly what he wrote down, or she, I'm not sure. But she or he mentioned that because maybe Iran reigned or was in India or ruled India for 200 years, the language was also influenced by it, which is definitely possible. So, yes, also in Indian, they call it Khargoosh as well. Interesting, right? You learn something new with me about every language. And, boy, it's just me, Stick around and you'll find out, know more and more. Anyways, deracht. What deracht means? I don't know. Go figure it out. Shakhe is branch. This branch is شاخه. از این شاخه به آن شاخه پریدن. You can actually learn this idiom. We have this that از این شاخه به آن شاخه پریدن. شاخه is branch as I said, and پریدن, like you learned in the last lesson, is jumping or flying. So now when you're jumping from this branch to that branch, you're just changing subjects or fields. That is what this means. از شاخه به شاخه پریدن. از شاخه به شاخه پریدن. Jumping from this to that. Just changing everything. It could be subject, work, I don't know, girlfriend, relationships, games, what hobbies, whatever. It just means just changing something repeatedly. از این شاخه به آن شاخه پریدن. از این شاخه به آن شاخه. Now here we have very delightful sentences in respect to my Indian fandom and subscribers who are learning Persian. Very thank you. Anyways, let's get to it. درخت کنار رودخانه است. درخت کنار رودخانه است. درخت, which is, I don't know what it is, I just forgot. کنار means next to, I also teach you that before. رودخانه, which is river, and است. So, something, which I don't know what درخت is, I forgot, I don't know, is next to the river. Something is next to the river. Something is next to the river. Okay? That is how it is. Something is next to the river. Now, خانه خرگوش زیر درخت است. خانه خرگوش زیر درخت است. Remember what I've taught you in that lesson about when something has an e, like خانه, you would add a ye and then say what is it for? Here it is. خانه خرگوش. The house of the rabbit. The house of the rabbit. Or the rabbit's house. Now, zire or zir means under. Under or below something. Under or below. And if you want to say something is up or on it, you would say روی. Remember, the boat is on the sea. Remember what it was in Persian? قایق روی دریا است. این هم همینه. Zir is under. So, the rabbit's house is under درخت. I don't remember what درخت was. Do you remember? I don't. So, the rabbit's house was under something. ملخ روی شاخه درخت است. I want you to look at the picture where Jesus. Oh, I just stabbed my little toe to the... whatever. ملخ روی شاخه درخت است. ملخ is the grasshopper. روی, here. روی is on, over. شاخه, the branch. درخت, this thing. است. The grasshopper is on the branch of this thingy. So the grasshopper is on this branch. Yippies. Now, if I'm correct, that is for all. No, we actually have a poem. So, yeah, let's read it together. Yep. Okay, let's go. ما کودکانیم. Okay, that's weird. Whatever. ما کودکانیم شیرین زبانیم. تنها و با هم کتاب میخوانیم. ما در دبستان شادیم و خندان. چون گل که دارد جا در گلستان. چون گل که دارد جا در گلستان. گفتار ما خوب، هر کار ما خوب. با هر کسی هست رفتار ما خوب. گفتار ما خوب، هر کار ما خوب. با هر کسی هست رفتار ما خوب. عباس یمینی شریف. It was a poem about how we are kids. We together read books. And in a school, we are really happy and smiley like a flower in a flower field. Our saying or our speaking is good. Whatever we do is good. I doubt whatever. با هر کسی هست رفتار ما خوب. With everyone, our demeanor or actions are good. I would completely disagree and deny everything that is said in this poem. Not one thing in this poem is true. We are kids. Nobody's kids. شیرین زبانیم. That is not true. تنها با هم کتاب بخونم. If people would read books, dude. Yeah, true. ما در دبستان شادی میخوان. Now this line is the biggest lie of the century. In the school, we are happy and laughing. What? Who? Show me. Man, this books. Yeah, we are happy and laughing. Yeah, maybe behind our backs the teacher are, but I'm for sure was not laughing in any time in the school. I was always crying, eyeballing out. Always, man, it was so hard. Oh, so much happy. So now it's time for your homework. Now then, you're gonna write from lesson 10 to lesson 11 or 10 و 11. این 10 اینم 11. You're gonna write down every page on lesson 10 and 11 and send it to Telegram. Still have to see someone do it, but I guess it's still early. I hope one day people would actually come and learn Persian. And I hope I would be able to make even better and more quality stuff for you guys. I wish. And I will make it true one day. Not today. I mean, today I'm actually doing it, but you know what I mean. I mean, like, gradually getting there, getting to the good quality of stuff. But for now, you're gonna, just learn with this. I'm sorry, but so how are you gonna deal with it? Everybody starts somewhere, right? And this is actually about, you're starting with such a sexy boy, such a sexy lighting, such a sexy setting. You're ungrateful. Get out.